it's always hard to beat a team twice in the same year, regardless of who it is or when it is. And obviously Charlotte's a quality opponent. They were very stingy defensively tonight, and we didn't really have much of an answer for it except to be able to shoot some shots from outside the box.
Hey, Coach. Ian Fleischman, College Heights Herald. You all had a great season despite the loss today. What do you take away from this team following the game today?
Yeah, I'm incredibly proud of our student athletes. They left everything they had out on the field tonight for anything more. It wasn't our night. It was Charlotte's night, but I'm just incredibly proud of our student athletes, and they've done some things that no other team has been able to do since we've been in Conference USA. They won a regular season title for the first time since we've been in Conference USA, and they won a conference tournament game, which is something that we hadn't been able to do. And so, I think they raised the bar for our program. And I got a lot of good things to say about these student athletes and what they've done to elevate our program this year to a newer height within Conference USA.
Coach Jared with the Daily News again. In terms of their first goal, it looks like that she was able to get a little bit of space, cut to her right, and then finish a little bit outside of the box. I guess, what did you see maybe breaking down on that?
Yeah, it was just a miscommunication. She ended up with the ball came between two of our players, and they just kind of looked at each other, and they started to go to the ball, and then they both backed off. Is it me? Is it you? And the other girl on the other team didn't hesitate. She just took the ball. That happened to us once earlier in the season, and unfortunately, it's just another miscommunication tonight on that goal.
Hey, Coach. Ian Fleischman, College Heights Herald. A lot of freshmen and sophomores stepped up in big ways this season, whether it was Ashley or Anna Hopkins scoring in the first round Tuesday. Just what do you see in terms of development in this program?
Yeah, so I think I joked with you guys earlier in the year. We have 17 freshmen and sophomores on the team, and so I made the joke that they better impact the program so they know we're not going to have a very good season. And so the freshmen and sophomores have been outstanding, and it's a youth movement, and it's really really great to see that they set a higher standard for the program this season. And now the challenge is out there for them to now kind of exceed that and set another new higher standard. But we're young, and everyone's going to be back, and we only have two seniors, and those two seniors are going to be back. So, unfortunately we lost Amber Barnett last week. I'm just so proud of the way the kids stuck it out and fought till the end. And I don't know how much of the game you guys watched tonight, but man, we didn't necessarily play with great quality, but we definitely played with great determination and grit. I mean, our players played hard tonight. And it was just, we just didn't have enough quality in what we did.
Coach Jared with the Daily News again. I know you just mentioned those seniors sound like planning on coming back with, Amber as well coming off that injury. Do you know the extent of it or her timetable to return, where it is kind of weird because you're playing in the spring now and then.
She's unfortunately going to miss the fall season. And the only reason I mentioned it is just because I had just said something about everyone coming back, but she's unfortunately going to miss the fall season. So we'll be without her in the fall, but everyone on the team will be back.
Coach, a big accomplishment this season, winning the East Division for the first time in your 20th season. What does that accomplishment how does that make you feel about the season?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great season, and we've got nothing to hang our heads about. Obviously a disappointing result tonight, and it stings. It stings, for me. It stings for the rest of our staff. It stings for all of our student athletes. But nothing to hang our heads about. We really did have a fantastic season, and we're really proud of our accomplishments. And I think, something like this makes you eager to get back out on the field in a few short months and do it again. And it's an interesting year because we turn around pretty quickly and play again. And so, usually your season ends in November. And you've got a full 7 to 8 months to think about it, but it's going to be a pretty quick turnaround. And the reality is that there's 340 something Division I women's soccer programs, and every program in the country's season is going to end in a loss, except for the national champions. Or unless you didn't make postseason play and you happen to win your last game. But anyone who goes to postseason play, your season ends in a loss. If it doesn't, you're called the national champion.